Tonight on News 5 Live, Israel responds to Belize's decision to sever all diplomatic ties. We'll hear exclusively from Israel's top foreign affairs official in the Latin American region. UNIBAM joins the fray and takes aim at the churches, while equally criticizing government. Opposition leader Shine Barrow chides the former prime ministers and foreign ministers for their position, while in the lower court he is being challenged by the People's United Party. These stories and more coming up on News 5 Live.
Man, ever since everybody heard the next big thing there, the excitement can't done. Everyone wants to know more.
More?
Yes, please. I tell them, say hello to unlimited data, only with Digi. You can now enjoy unlimited data with Digi's postpaid plans. Like the Plus plan, which just got cheaper, I might add, the Elite and Max plans also have unlimited data. You can have from 5 to 7 people on your shared plan, with all having unlimited data 24/7. I tell you no, big things. If you're not signed up already, I suggest you sign up now. Make the switch to Digi. The next big thing there, go sign up for your unlimited data. Unlimited is unlimited. Never worry about data again.
Watch The Truth of God with Pastor Gino Jennings of the First Church of Our Lord Jesus Christ every Sunday morning at 8 a.m. exclusively on Channel 5 Belize. The Truth of God with Pastor Gino Jennings every Sunday at 8 a.m. on Channel 5 Belize.
Danny, buy me one Carol Consomme.
Carol Consomme. Carol, Mr. Sam, give me a...
You want egg? Oh, you want consomme? Carol Consomme.
Carol Consomme. The best taste and the best price. Less fat, more flavor. Carol Consomme. Available in packets for only 20 cents and a half-pound jar for only $2.75. Less fat, more flavor, more savings.
Give me a...
Carol Consomme.
Taste the savings. Love the flavor.
Available at 88 Shopping Center, Publix Supermarket, TJ Supermarket, Ming Superstore, Sugar City Supermarket, and you can also find it at your favorite supermarkets near.
Gimme 5! The biggest giveaway show of the year is back with new prizes and surprises. The fun starts at 8 p.m. on Monday, December 4th, and ends on Friday, December 8th. Gimme 5 coupons are now available for 25 cents each on our Channel 5 website and at our studio on Coney Drive in Belize City. Fill out your coupons and return them to our Channel 5 office. Remember to tune in at 8 p.m. every night from December 4th to the 8th for awesome entertainment, giveaways, and lots of prizes. And don't forget, when your phone rings, don't say,
Hello?
Say,
Give me 5! Yeah!
Good evening and welcome to News 5 Live for Friday, November 17th. I am Sabrina Daly. Belize has joined a list of countries that have severed diplomatic ties with Israel over the war in Gaza. On Tuesday, the government issued a statement reiterating its call for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza to facilitate humanitarian aid. Belize also announced the suspension of all diplomatic activities in Tel Aviv and the withdrawal of accreditation for Israel's ambassador. The Briceño administration condemned Israel's action in Gaza, accusing its defense forces of violating international humanitarian law. Belize's decision to withdraw its ambassador from Israel follows a trend this week, with several countries taking similar actions due to Israel's refusal to heed calls for a humanitarian pause in the 6-week-long conflict with Gaza-based militant group Hamas. Earlier this month, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu rejected calls for pauses in the conflict, vowing to continue military operations in Gaza. Belize's position is not without criticism. The opposition says that Belize's decisions are too extreme. The National Evangelical Association of Belize and the Council of Churches have both said that the government's decision is too heavy-handed. Today, in an exclusive interview with News 5, Israel's Deputy Director General for Latin America, Jonathan Peled, condemned Belize's position, saying that Belize has surrendered to terrorists.
Well, first of all, we deeply regret this decision by the government of Belize. We believe that this is a one-sided and biased decision, which we are totally against. and we believe it's counterproductive. And we're seriously concerned that this is a departure from the principles that we believe that Belize shares with the democratic free world, and that is to stand very firmly against terrorism in all its forms, and to unilaterally take action against the side that has been attacked and that is rightfully defending itself is contrary to what we believe is right or the right thing to do. And an endorsement of this kind of the other side is for us unacceptable. This is a very unfortunate, if not evil, way of calling a terrorist organization that calls for the open destruction of the state of Israel, that invaded Israel on the 7th of October and slaughtered, tortured, maimed, burned, and raped 1,400 Israelis and abducted another 240 of them. We have now in captivity 240 young kids and pregnant women, old men, among them, by the way, 30 kids under the age of 6, and 31 Latin Americans. So this is not only an Israeli problem, this is an international problem. So I do not understand how anyone can endorse such an action and how anyone can be as ignorant as to call this a resistant agreement. Hamas is worse than ISIS. Hamas has been condemned by most of the free world, and we expect Belize to do the same.
So the government of Belize has withdrawn its accreditation of Israel's ambassador-designate to Belize, Inat Kranz-Niger. It has suspended all activities conducted by the Israeli honorary consulate in Belize and the appointment of the honorary consul. The government has also suspended all activities of Belize's honorary consulate in Tel Aviv and withdrawn the appointment of its honorary consul. Its request for accreditation of Jonathan Inav as Belize's honorary consul has also been withdrawn. As we mentioned, Belize joins a short list of countries that have also cut diplomatic ties with Israel, including Bolivia and South Africa. Now, will Belize face any repercussions? That's what we asked Jonathan Peled, Israel's Deputy Director General for Latin America.
We believe that this is counterproductive. It is a very strange, weird, I don't know exactly how to characterize the decision by Belize to renounce its honorary consul in Israel. The consul who is supposed to represent Belize in Israel has been now deposed of. But definitely this will have consequences, primarily in a reduction of tourism to Belize, of Israelis wanting to come to visit Belize, of Israelis wanting to invest and do business in Belize. So yes, definitely, I think this is counterproductive, if not worse, and it will have consequences which I'm not sure that the government of Belize took into consideration before taking this unilateral and biased decision. At the end of the day, we're a peaceful country. What we will do, though, is, of course, we will reconsider any kind of cooperation with Belize. And as I said before, we will issue a travel advisory, as we have now no consular attention in Belize, as we have now no honorary consul in Belize. Any Israeli citizen who wants to come to Belize does not have any consular attention. So that will oblige us to issue a travel advisory, and Israelis will refrain from coming and visiting Belize. I think it's a loss-loss situation, definitely for Belize. I think that maybe we don't have thousands of Israelis coming to Belize, but the fact that Israel is now not welcome in Belize, and that Belize has severed its ties with Israel, has an impact on American Jewry and on other investors coming from other countries, principally from the United States and other countries. who may not be Israeli but are could very well be Jewish. And I think that this is not a sign or a very productive thing to do for a country that wants to encourage tourism to its country. So I think that this has a secondary effect. And as I said, this I'm sure will not be taken well by many friendly countries to Israel, such as the United States and other countries in Latin America and the Caribbean, who do not see eye to eye with Belize. So therefore, we believe that this is a very wrong and, as I said, biased and one-sided, unfortunate decision.
Minister of Foreign Affairs Aman Courtney today clarified the government's position on the war between Israel and Hamas. Today, Courtney told reporters that while that is the case, the way that Israel has responded is illegal, contrary to international humanitarian law, disproportionate, and amounts to genocide. Courtney reiterated the government's position on the war, condemning Israel's response to Hamas.
We regretted very strongly and condemned what we regarded as the killing of innocent civilians on the 7th of October. However, what we have said is that the response by Israel is not only illegal, it is not only contrary to international law and international humanitarian law, it is disproportionate, it amounts to genocide, and we condemn that in the strongest way. And we have made that very clear to Israel.
As the war rages on in Gaza, the Israeli Defense Force reported the discovery of a tunnel in the Tel Aviv Al-Shifa hospital, suggesting it is part of an extensive network beneath the Gaza Strip. The IDF conducted a raid on the Al-Shifa medical complex, suspecting its use by Hamas as an operations base. Footage shared by the Israeli government shows that the IDF found grenades and assault rifles in the hospital. But these claims remain unverified. The UN is urging Israel to allow access for an investigation into conflicting claims concerning the Al-Shifa hospital. Israel maintains that Hamas is using the facility for military purposes, a contention refuted by Hamas and medical officials. Meanwhile, more than 200 persons are being held hostage by Hamas, and the death toll continues to rise in Gaza. Some experts warn of a potential genocide. The Palestinian Ministry of Health says that more than 12,000 civilians have been killed. According to Israel's Deputy Director General for Latin America, Jonathan Peled, figures shared by Palestinians cannot be trusted.
We are committed to making sure that Hamas does not have any more military capability or any political control over Gaza. Our war is not with the people of Gaza. Our war is with Hamas. Once Hamas ceases to be in control of Gaza, we will have achieved our goal, together with the release of 240 hostages, whom, as I said, are being... This is another crime against humanity, another breach of international law. 240 hostages, many of them not only Israelis, who are being held captive, and no one knows where they are and what their condition is.
But in your war with Hamas, you, sir, your government, your prime minister, continues to kill innocent civilians, newborn babies, grandmothers, fathers, thousands of innocent people. How do you feel that someone would say that you, your prime minister, your government have blood on your hands of innocent civilians?
This is totally false. It's very sad that Hamas, a terrorist organization that does not sanctify life but sanctifies death, spreads lies and fake news and misinformation all around the world. We are definitely conscious to the fact that we are in a war, and in war, unfortunately, there are innocent casualties. But Israel has never and never will attack or try and
Israel
attack
has bombed
civilians on purpose. And the only
Israel has
civilians that are
bombed
in harm's way are
public
because they are being
complexes,
used as human shields by a cruel,
residential
brutal terrorist
apartments.
organization.
Israel has bombed residential apartments, public areas, hospitals. Over
eating their
11,000
evacuation.
persons killed.
After
I am
reading,
saying, sir, that you are misinforming.
I don't believe you have the correct data, excuse me, but if you want to believe every word that comes out of the supposed health ministry in Gaza, then unfortunately, you're very, very well, very, very badly informed. Israel does not target intentionally civilians. Civilians get hit, no doubt. This is a war.
In this case, more than 10,000
civilians.
Your government has killed over 10,000 civilians in Gaza. Are you saying that is not true? Are you saying that the global media is not true?
Absolutely.
You're saying that
you
and your government is saying the facts, and the global media is not saying the fact that over 11,000 persons have been killed in Gaza as a result of the bombings of the Israeli government. Are you saying that is not true? Are you saying that the pictures we're seeing and the videos of dead babies, of dead children under rubbles is not true? Are you denying that fact? You are allowed to live in a fantasy, sir, but you are not allowed to create your own facts.
We are pained, and we condemn any kind, and we regret any kind of civilians being hurt. No doubt there are casualties in Gaza. No doubt there are innocent people that have been killed, but they have not been targeted, and they're being used cynically, cruelly, and brutally as human shields. You have to understand that this organization wants to provoke thousands of dead people. Now, nobody has counted them. Nobody has seen them. We are not saying that there are not civilian casualties, and we mourn the loss of every life, but we seek peace and coexistence. We do not seek death and destruction.
Coming up, Unibam lashes out at GOB's so-called human rights approach. We'll have more details when we come back.
Hello, friends. This is Dr. Bob Roberts with another 60-second sermon from God's Word. The Bible says, "Therefore I take pleasure in infirmities, in reproaches, in necessities, in persecutions, in distresses, for Christ's sake. For when I am weak, then I am strong." George Frederick Handel is best known for having written the Messiah that we enjoy especially at Christmas each year. What many do not know is that when he wrote this great composition, that he was in danger of going to debtor's prison. Although the premiere performance of the work in Dublin had won rave reviews, the clergy in London encouraged boycotts of Handel's concerts because they thought it was blasphemous to drag scriptural texts into the theaters. Handel was not the only great composer to face severe opposition or difficulties. By the time Ludwig van Beethoven premiered his magnificent Ninth Symphony, he was entirely deaf. It is most amazing to find that God often uses servants with problems. Moses had a stammering tongue. Simon Peter had a volatile temper. Paul had a thorn in his flesh. David Ring, a gifted evangelist with cerebral palsy, begins his sermons by saying, "My problem is cerebral palsy. Now what is yours? Give your life to Christ, and He will bring strength out of weakness." Today's 60-second sermon has been presented by Dr. Bob Roberts and Christian Foundations of Faith.
We continue to celebrate diversity and embrace our vibrant cultural heritage. Happy Garifuna Settlement Day from BEL. Gundala Hafedo Garina Guhamage Belize Electricity Limited.
Welcome to City Pulse by your Belize City Council. Join us on an exciting journey through the heart of Belize City, where we showcase the transformative initiatives shaping our resilient community. Our commitment to the people is unwavering, and our city's progress is built on solid foundations. At the beginning of this year, we pledged to rehabilitate 90 streets. Proudly, we've completed 71 streets, or 36,431 linear feet, which accounts for an impressive 78% of our commitment. The Council has made significant progress. Among these, 23 have been concreted, 26 have undergone rehabilitation using the chip and seal method, and an additional 22 streets have been further enhanced, being filled or topped up with materials such as hardcore or all-in, demonstrating our commitment to improving our city's infrastructure. But we're not stopping there. We've identified 41 more streets that need our attention. We are projected to meet 100% of our 90 street commitment 2 months ahead of schedule, accounting for an unprecedented 54,829 plus linear feet of road rehabilitation completed within the last 10 months. This transformation is fueled by a $6.9 million budget allocation, with 59% coming from municipal papers, 41% from the council's operations, and support from our valued partners. Stay connected with City Pulse and witness the journey of a brighter, more connected Belize City. We're committed to your future. This People's United Party City Council is always about the people.
On Thursday, the religious community joined the public discourse surrounding Belize's decision to sever diplomatic ties with Israel. The Belize Council of Churches and the National Evangelical Association of Belize issued their respective statements, chiding the government of Belize for taking stringent diplomatic measures against Israel as the war in the Middle East continues. Today, the United Belize Advocacy Movement, UNIBAM, led by Executive Director Caleb Orosco, also joined the fray. While the issue at first was of a diplomatic nature, religion has since been introduced to the ongoing conversation. This afternoon, Orosco took aim squarely at NIAB and the Council of Churches.
In reading both statements, we realize that their messaging not only dehumanizes the pain and trauma of Palestinians, but it normalizes genocide and crimes against humanity in incredibly inaccurate and petty ways. For the NIAB statement, it's shocking to me that they're concerned about access to a trip, but not concerned about their core value of right to life. How does that work that you will be selective in which life you will value? So point one. Point two, the Bishop Bengushe spoke of the Israeli war in his statement. It is not a war. It's a slaughter of women and children, which amounts to over 4,000 children in the bombing of Gaza. It also amounts to, when you add women to it, over 8,000 women and children being murdered, but they dare call it a war. How can the Catholic Church see they value life when they are erasing the trauma of these people? What I will say in the normalization of crimes against humanity and the normalization of genocide occurring against these people is that the religious sector have had a long history of saying sorry after they kill millions and millions of people.
Orosco subsequently shifted focus to the Briceño administration, equally criticizing government as speaking, quote, unquote, with a forked tongue. This is in respect of government's decision to support the human rights of Palestinians being slaughtered in Gaza, but not the rights of Belizeans as they pertain to anti-discrimination issues.
the hypocrisy of the statements that they shared in the media and the hypocrisy in practice has to be challenged. And I'm here to not only reflect on their inaccuracies and misrepresentation of undermining the rights of marginalized population. I'm here to work with them to address the solutions. In that regard, if they're serious about a two-state solution and they're serious about the lives lost, they also can be serious about addressing anti-discrimination legislation in this country and championing properly for all and acknowledge the need for inclusive citizenship in this country. One of the sad things about this case is the inconsistencies or the fork-tongue practices we have, where the cabinet, on principle, did all these things to register their dissatisfaction of the killing of innocent people. Kudos to them. But they somehow forget their spine when it comes to addressing anti-discrimination issues that affect all their people. And somehow they forget their spine with regard, or their memory get lost when they forget that in Plan Belize, they have values of commitment that speaks to equality and gender equity. How does that work that you'll speak up on principle for Palestinians, rightly so, and you don't have a spine to speak about the development and quality of life of your citizen and ensuring that it's inclusion of all in your development plans? How does that work? I'm done at there.
On Thursday, the government responded to the Belize Council of Churches and the National Evangelical Association of Belize's statements in which they expressed individual positions that the government was being too heavy-handed in suspending diplomatic relations with Israel. The government issued a release of its own, stating that when the war erupted, arrangements were made with a friendly third country to render aid and assistance to Belizeans in Israel who needed assistance. The Briceño administration further stated that it was incorrect for the council to say that the government's decision to suspend diplomatic relations with Israel increased obstacles for Belizeans wanting to visit that country. Today, the media got a chance to ask the Minister of Foreign Affairs about the matter. He said that while he respects the Council and the NIAB's right to present their statement, it would have been better if the government was consulted to correct what he called inaccuracies in their statements.
It would have been better if we had been consulted so that we could have corrected the inaccuracies in their statement. For example, Belizeans continue to be free to travel to Israel, and we have made arrangements with a friendly country in the event any Belizean gets into trouble there. There is no visa requirement to go to Israel, so any Belizean who wants to go to the Holy Land can do so freely. The decision that we took has not impacted or changed that in any way as far as we know. I mean, Israel might change their mind, Israel might react, but we don't know that up to date. Also, I think it was just completely wrong to suggest that the government of Belize had not condemned the actions by Hamas. They are coming at it from a different perspective. They are coming at it primarily from a religious perspective, and we respect that. And we appreciate their support, at least the Council of Churches' support for a two-state solution, to pray for peace. That is very important.
Opposition leader Shine Barrow has written to former Prime Ministers Saeed Musa and Dean Barrow, as well as former foreign ministers Assad Shoman and Godfrey Smith. The UDP party leader began by stating, quote, "I write to confess my utter dismay to read your statement declaring unwavering support for the government of Belize's wrong-headed decision to suspend diplomatic ties with Israel," end quote. Barrow goes on to say that he is both confused and concerned at the message of extremism and selective outrage being transmitted to Belize's future leaders. Barrow went on to cite several examples, including conflicts between Saudi Arabia and Yemen, as well as Russia and Ukraine, to make the point that the Geneva Conventions are being applied discerningly. Amid his lengthy response, Barrow wrote, quote, "The south of Belize City is under siege by violent crimes, with genocide being the order of the day. Fort George suffers from a similar fate, as I am sure both former prime ministers can appreciate, yet we hear nothing from the government in this regard. Is it okay for the government to dismiss the genocidal gang warfare in impoverished parts of Belize City and beyond, yet insert itself in a religious conflict that has been happening for thousands of years?" End quote. While Barrow is taking the former prime ministers and foreign ministers to task on their collective position on Israel, the People's United Party has mounted a legal battle in the lower court in an attempt to have him removed from the voters' roll in Mesopotamia. In the courtroom of the chief magistrate earlier today, several witnesses took the stand for the claimant and the defendant, the PUP and the UDP, respectively. Attorney Leroy Banner is representing the People's United Party, while Richard Dickey Bradley represents opposition leader Shine Barrow.
The Chief Magistrate of Belize is, under the election laws, the revising officer of the voters' list for the entire Belize district, which of course includes the 10 constituencies in Belize City. As most of your viewers would know, the voters list is the key in any municipal or general election. And so what transpired today is the third witness on behalf of objectors, being two, who are trying their very best to have the revising officer remove the Honorable Moses Shine Barrow from the constituency of the Mesopotamia division. There was an attempt some weeks ago which they abandoned, but now that the list has come for the annual revision, which must be completed in a few days' time for the year 2023, they have raised objections again. Two witnesses have spoken at length, claiming that the reason they're objecting is that they do not know that the Honorable Barrow resided or resides at that address. The witness who has come today is a witness who says he was directed by his employers to do a surveillance of the Honorable Barrow's previous address and his current address at number 80 King Street. That witness is of very little help to the court, to the revising officer, because he can't speak to the period which was checked, certified and verified by the elections officials who have no axe to grind.
After the break, Foreign Minister discusses latest U.S. travel advisory. But first, here's the weather update with data from the Belize Met Service.
If you think the last comedy show was a blast, this one will have you laughing out of your seats. We guarantee you will laugh till your belly bursts, because Comedy Belize is doing it again. Comedy Belize, in collaboration with Benny's, keep on moving, and the next stop will be Old Belize Jungle Pavilion, Saturday, December 2 at 7 p.m. for another international show dubbed You Better Belize It, featuring 4 talented comedians from the USA. Introducing to you our host, Hot Topic, all the way from Dallas, Texas.
Hey, what's up? This is your boy, comedian Hot Topic. I'm coming back, and I'm bringing a crew with me.
Kicking off the laughter all the way from Omaha, Nebraska. By way of Houston, Texas, is the illest female comedian, Lotto Marie.
You better Belize it. That's right, your girl Lotto Marie will be in Belize at the Belize Pavilion.
He is considered arguably one of the sexiest male comedians and will have you dropping off your seats. Making his way to Belize from generic Louisiana, none other than Shabba's Playtime Ward.
Hold on, let me find that light. What up, Belize? This your boy Shabazz Playtime, the sexiest dude in comedy. December 2nd, I will be in the building at the old Belize Pavilion.
And our headliner, straight out of Inglewood, California, one of the hottest female comedians, going by the name Gina G. Too Funny.
Wagwan Belize, it's your girl comedian Gina G, and I'm coming to Belize, baby! And coming to Belize is the best thing I got smoking, okay? December the 2nd is going down. Doors open at 5. Show starts at 7. Make sure you get your tickets. You don't want to miss the show. My boy Hot Topic is hosting. You got Shabazz performing, Lotto Marie, and your girl Gina G. Come on, Belize. You better believe it. Going down, man. December the 2nd, brought to you by Comedy Belize. Just bring me a plate of rice and beans. That's all I need. A plate of rice and beans, some fried jack, and a couple tamales, okay?
It's all happening at the Over Belize Jungle Pavilion in Belize City, Saturday, December 2. Doors open at 5 p.m. and the show starts at 7 p.m. sharp. Make it a date and come laugh the night away. You better believe it. Sponsors.
Apply now for an undergraduate degree in animation, film or journalism at the Caribbean School of Media and Communication at the University of the West Indies, Mona. For more information, visit www.mona.uwi.edu/apply.
Smart introduces Real Unlimited Postpaid Plans, providing customers with unlimited talk, unlimited text, and unlimited data. Now that's a real great deal. With Smart Plus, Share 1 and 2, and Enterprise 1 and 2 plans, you can talk as much as you want, text as much as you want, and for the first time ever in Belize, you can enjoy unlimited data with your postpaid plan. So come in and sign up for an unlimited postpaid plan and enjoy limitless possibilities. In addition, other plans such as the Flex Junior, Choice, and Select have been boosted with a lot more talk, text, and data, providing you with the best value for your budget. Be unlimited with Smart. It's time to power your dollar with Smart.
Taking its name from the venerable father of the nation, the George Price Highway stretches 77 miles from Belize City to Benqueviejo. Originally built in the 1930s, this cross-country highway system is the artery that links Belize to Central America at the western border with Guatemala. That connection facilitates overland trade, supporting Belize's economic development. Winding its way across the scenic countryside, the George Price Highway, from Roaring Creek to Esperanza, has been fully reconstructed to meet international standards, with particular emphasis on road safety. A shorter and hassle-free commute is best enjoyed when everyone obeys the traffic laws. To reduce the number and frequency of road traffic accidents, it means that a seatbelt must be worn at all times, and the speed limit observed when traveling along the highway. It also means that pedestrians must use sidewalks and crosswalks where available. Buses should only board and discharge passengers at a designated bus stop. Road safety is everyone's responsibility. It begins with you.
With the steady increase in prices, it's hard to hold on to your hard-earned cash. Well, here at Benny's, prices are steadily falling, making it easier to stretch your dollars. Prices are slashed on electrical products, LED lights, plywood, metal and fiberglass pressure tanks, flash bands, and wheelbarrows. Yes, we have the cheapest in town. And with X massive season going on right now, get store-wide discounts on select products from now through December 31st. Visit a Benny's store near you today, where the prices just keep on falling. Benny's, quality and savings.
Earlier this week, the U.S. State Department issued a travel advisory to Americans visiting Belize in which it informed that they should exercise increased caution in the country due to crime that some areas have increased risk. Today, when we spoke with him, Minister of Foreign Affairs Courtney said that he had a discussion with the U.S. Ambassador to Belize, Michelle Kwan, on the matter. And while he was willing to talk about it, when we raised the subject with Kwan, she was brief on it and only assured that Belize's position on the Israeli-Palestinian war had no relation to this latest advisory.
I had a meeting this morning with the U.S. Ambassador to discuss that and other issues. We shared with her the statistics from the Belize Police Department, which shows that crime across Belize and specifically in Belize City has gone down significantly thanks to the efforts of the Belize Police Department. And therefore we said to her that we were very disappointed that they would issue the advisory that they did. We agreed to share information and to go forward in the future and to ensure that the accurate data is taken into account prior to making any assessment. But to your question, there is absolutely no correlation between our position on the Israel-Gaza war and the travel advisory that was issued by the Americans, and I think you should confirm that with the U.S. Ambassador.
What do you make of Israel's response to Belize? They condemn Belize's stance and align Belize with evil.
Well, there is nothing about that that I can say publicly. It wouldn't be diplomatic.
The travel advisory, there is no substantive change to the travel advisory. It updates every 6 months.
It has nothing to do with Israel and Belize's position.
No, it's a separate assessment.
Do you have any comments about what's going on with Israel and Palestine?
I'd like to focus on the Peace Corps event. I'd like to take this moment to talk about peace.
The 28th Conference of the Parties, COP28, will take place in Dubai in the United Arab Emirates. It's a 2-week global event marking a pivotal moment for countries across the world to collectively address the urgent challenges posed by climate change. Participating countries are expected to present updated and more ambitious commitments to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, aligning with the goals outlined in the Paris Agreement. Belize will be sending delegates, including several ministers and CEOs. A list of what was believed to be the entire Belizean delegation was posted on social media, attracting criticism. However, this morning, government issued a release saying that it condemned, quote, the attempts by members of the United Democratic Party to misinform the public about Belize's delegation, end quote. The ministry says that there is currently no finalized list for COP28. The initial expression of interest and participation is based on thematic areas, and the list undergoes revisions before finalization shortly before the conference. It says government officials lead negotiations on behalf of the Alliance of Small Island Development States and CARICOM, and that all Belize officials are funded by external sources. This is the case with News 5. Our journalist, Hippolyto Novello, will be in Dubai to bring you the latest news from COP28. He successfully applied for funding from the Commonwealth Fund. He is one of 5 journalists across the Caribbean region being supported by the fund. COP28 serves as a crucial platform for nations to share successes, exchange best practices, and collaboratively accelerate progress towards sustainable and resilient future. It also allows non-government organizations and private corporations to be part of the larger conservation. In a recent interview, Keisha Farnham, director of the Public Sector Project at the Caribbean Climate Smart Accelerator, CCSA, outlined the organization's 3 key goals for this year's COP. Farnham says the focus is on activating, innovating, and financing for climate resilience, showcasing cutting-edge approaches in the region, and supporting the operationalization of loss and damage fund.
We have 3 specific goals for COP this year. One is to activate innovative financing for climate resilience. So all of those projects that I would have just mentioned in our pipeline are seeking some type of support. And we want to be able to see how we can use this stage to target what we call fit for purpose financing. And just to very quickly define the fit for purpose financing, there is financing available in the region for climate smart projects, but we're talking about financing that is able to meet projects where they are. So whether it's project preparation, whether it's feasibility studies, different projects are in different stages, and being able to find that financing that meets Caribbean projects where they are and able to catalyze Caribbean climate smart businesses, etc., is one of our main goals in attending COP. The other area in terms of innovative financing would be being able to shine light on the region's shovel-worthy projects that can very easily move into the space of being shovel-ready and help us to close this gap in climate funding. Another thing that we're doing is showcasing cutting-edge approaches that are happening within the region. So, you know, generally, a lot of persons, we talk about the gaps, we talk about what's needed, we talk about what's not going well, but there's actually a lot of things that are going really well within the region. So being able to show the world that the region has come up with solutions to our problems, because we live here, we understand how things work, and we've come up with innovative solutions that might need some help to get us forward, but we are the architects of our own survival, and that there is cutting-edge approaches and technologies that are being developed in this region.
Farnham says that the aim is to catalyze climate-smart businesses and bridge the gap in climate funding. By doing so, CCSA hopes to attract investments that can contribute to closing the funding gap for climate initiatives. Farnham emphasized the importance of showcasing the positive strides made within the region. While discussions often revolve around the challenges, Farnham pointed out that there are many success stories, innovative solutions, and cutting-edge technologies emerging from the Caribbean.
This is something that we will definitely be lending our voice to. So offering support for this, definitely small island developing states and developing countries have been, you know, moving forward, trying to get this fund operationalized, and we will definitely be lending our support, letting persons know that this is urgent for us to be able to address climate issues. The reality is that we can't do this alone. Governments can't do it alone. Individual stakeholders can't do it alone. The type of financing that's needed in order to catalyze the Caribbean, we are definitely going to need the support of the private sector. And so for us, being able to not only just identify what that support looks like, but help that support to understand how the region works and what are the circumstances that exist in the region and how they can bring finance into the region is really important for us. So this is a good opportunity for me to kind of segue a bit into the Climate Smart Map and what it's designed to do. So this Climate Smart Map is being designed so that we can attract the very much needed project preparation funding, increase philanthropic support, mobilize private sector investment in climate smart, resilient infrastructure and sustainable mitigation for the region. The point of this exercise is to map the current landscape of each of the territories within what we're classifying as a climate smart zone, identify opportunities for private sector and non-state actors for investment that will help us to meet our targets towards 2030, develop an investment and monitoring plan, as well as empirically define what the climate smart zone is and identify what those milestones are.
Today, the Minister of Transport, Rodwell Ferguson, gave us an update on electric buses in Belize. While plans for the pilot project on the electric buses in the Northwest and Belize City are well in the making, the bus's arrival will mark an important milestone in the transportation industry. In addressing questions on the matter, Ferguson said that Belize will have to adapt to this global shift sooner than later. He also said that our roads are, for the most part, ready for these buses.
By 2030, there should be a significant change in the type of motor vehicles that we're going to have across the world. As a matter of fact, I believe the combustion engine will soon become obsolete, and Belize will be forced to follow suit. I just came back from Jamaica last week for a conference of renewable energy, and transportation is a key sector. because in Belize, 46.8% of the emissions is caused by transportation. So you have to follow suit.
So electric buses are coming, but do you believe that Belize's roads are adequate enough to maintain these buses?
Electric buses are all over the world, in particular, some of the Caribbean countries already. And so I believe Belize have upgraded their road situation over the last 10 years significantly. So we are prepared for it.
When we return, 19 Peace Corps volunteers sworn in today.
Smart introduces Real Unlimited Postpaid Plans, providing customers with unlimited talk, unlimited text, and unlimited data. Now that's a real great deal. With Smart Plus, Share 1 and 2, and Enterprise 1 and 2 plans, you can talk as much as you want, text as much as you want, and for the first time ever in Belize, you can enjoy unlimited data with your postpaid plan. So come in and sign up for an unlimited postpaid plan and enjoy limitless possibilities. In addition, other plans such as the Flex Junior, Choice, and Select have been boosted with a lot more talk, text, and data, providing you with the best value for your budget. Be unlimited with Smart.
It's time to power your dollar with Smart.
We continue to celebrate diversity and embrace our vibrant cultural heritage. Happy Garifuna Settlement Day from BEL. Gundala Hafedo Garina Guhamage Belize Electricity Limited.
Giveaway show of the year is back with new prizes and surprises. The fun starts at 8 p.m. on Monday, December 4th, and ends on Friday, December 8th. Gimme 5 coupons are now available for 25 cents each on our Channel 5 website and at our studio on Coney Drive in Belize City. Fill out your coupons and return them to our Channel 5 office. Remember to tune in at 8 p.m. every night from December 4th to the 8th for awesome entertainment, giveaways, and lots of prizes. And don't forget, when your phone rings, don't say, "Hello." Say, "Give me 5! Yeah!
Welcome to Climate Week, where we unite under the banner of climate action, one goal, a shared responsibility. In a world where the climate crisis knows no borders, we're here to emphasize that saving our planet is not an individual journey, but a collective mission.
We the athletes hold the torch of hope for a sustainable future. It's our planet, our future, and our responsibility to take action now.
Businesses are committed to reduce our carbon footprint. We believe in sustainable practices to protect our development.
As educators, we represent the heart of our communities. Together, we can make a difference by educating our nation towards a sustainable future.
The media plays a critical role in bringing to you those stories that highlight Belize's transition to renewable energy and sustainable practices.
In the journey to combat climate change, we have one goal: to preserve our planet for future generations. It's a shared responsibility that requires the collective effort of all. Let's rise above our differences, lift our ambitions, and work together. Because when we work together and unite for climate action, we can achieve the impossible. Join us in making this world a better place for everyone. Together, we can make the difference.
Please protect our environment.
The COVID pandemic placed challenges on the Peace Corps service in 2019, but plans remain to resume the program. Today, a new cohort of 19 Peace Corps volunteers from all across the United States took their road to serve Belize in the area of sports. The volunteers will be deployed across the country for the next 24 months to assist in sporting programs at the primary and secondary level. News 5's Marian Ali was present for the swearing-in and filed this report.
Do solemnly swear. Do solemnly swear. That I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
Today in Belmopan, 19 new Peace Corps pledged to volunteer their services to Belize in the area of sports. The volunteers have committed to assist in schools across Belize for the next 24 months under the tutelage of U.S. Peace Corps Director Dr. Nadine Rogers.
We are so thankful to this brave group that has come from all over the United States to live, work, and build relationships in Belize for the next 2 years. They have shown remarkable commitment and creativity. They promised me back in September that they came in together and they would swear in together. I'm humbled by how you've kept your promise, not just to me, but to our partners in Belize.
The volunteerism was welcomed by the Belize Sports Council Director, Iris Centeno, and the Minister of Sports, Rodwell Ferguson.
We are committed to change and transform Belize through sport to assist every athlete and change the way things are in our country. To the trainees, I want to say thank you on behalf of my staff and the National Sport Council for coming to an unknown country with your noble heart, your kindness, and willingness to come and assist us.
I got a call from Peace Corps Belize, and they say they want to partner with the Department of Sports. And if you know that we have a country with about 68% of the population is under the age of 29, so we have to find accommodation for them. So after we met with Peace Corps the first time, we continued dialogue, and this is the end result. And they are here now to volunteer around the country with sports.
So how will the volunteers be used across the country?
Well, we are a lot of coordinators locally. And so especially the primary school sports and secondary school sports, they're going to assist coordinators around the country to make sure they have a very good competition among the high schools and the primary schools.
The volunteers spent several weeks in training and familiarizing themselves with the programs and Belizean culture.
The last 11 weeks, these volunteers, Peace Corps volunteers, were in intense training in terms of culture, language, and the curriculum they will be helping in terms of carrying out throughout the country in Belize. So it was intense training, but today is like the capstone graduation. They swore in, and now they're going to go into the Belizean community to make a difference.
And one of the obvious areas they spent learning over the 11 weeks is our Creole language, as one of the volunteers, Olivia Roy, displayed to everyone's delight.
We want to thank all of the Peace Corps staff for all of their hard work, guidance, and support during PST. Thank UNO for make we feel at home, for answer all of the we question, especially the one about what the appropriate shoe to wear, and for the believe in a we as volunteer. We could have never do it without you, and we will be forever grateful for each and every one at UNO. I want to give a special shout out for the amazing and outstanding language teacher, Shania, Rose, Ivania, and Vivette, to teach we how to talk one new language and how to act correct to integrate in a one new country. Now we make sure we bid the time of day and act like we got some whole training.
Reporting for News 5, I'm Marion Ali.
This morning, another cohort of high school students, young men from across Belize City, met to discuss issues affecting at-risk youth. Mengage, as the series of discussions are called, is a training session that teaches teenagers about the risk and consequences of their actions. It also allows for a safe space to discuss issues affecting them. Michael Fritz is the Youth and Community Support Officer at the Belize City Council.
Mengage is a concept developed through partnerships with the Belize City Council and UNICEF Belize and supported by the National Parenting Task Force. Our objective, so young men, particularly those at risk, there aren't enough opportunities for them to be heard, first and foremost. And what we are doing in commemoration of not only International Men's Day, which is celebrated on November 19th, which most people don't know, but it's something that we're building the foundation for these young men to have a support system, meaning that they have a safe space in which they can learn to be themselves, can iron out what their man box or what they can identify with. And the concept behind it is to not only engage them initially, this portion of the concept is to train 100 young men from 4 Southside high schools. So we've started last week with Cedar Vernon and Gwen Lizaraga, and today we'll have young men from Excelsior High School, and this afternoon we're going to Maud Williams, or they're coming here, I should say. So we're training these initial 100 young men with the objective for them to be the start up of their own Mengage chapters within their respective high schools. So training them so that they can mold what they want their safe space to look like.
There was a fire in Belize City this morning that completely destroyed a pair of wooden structures in the vicinity of Alrington Drive. One of the structures was the home of Marlon Usher, a construction worker who had already left for work when the structures went up in flames. News 5 spoke with Usher's mother, who explained what transpired around 8 a.m. today.
This morning when I wake, I hear a lot of noise out there that wake me. So I drag down the window, but when I drag down the window, I see a lot of smoke. I never know that my son's house, but then at the same time, I get up and come out there, and I hear the people then were done there out there. They say, the fang bun down, because we call him Tiny. I call my son Tiny, find me baby, because he's premature. So that's the linear where we get. So they say, the fang bun down Tiny house. So I say, oh my God. So I come out there, and when I come out there, I get to realize now that my little boy house gone down to nothing. And he now a person, a working person. He not stay home all in the rain and come where your boss come where come pick up and then go work. And he work every day. And he got a house there where he go in and go sleep. He do construction.
I understand that your son may not even know at this point that his house has been burnt down.
No, he don't know because when they high water, he me going to work, the phone may drop outside pocket in the water. So you know, got no phone and we don't know a boss number. We don't know nothing about them people there. So we have to wait this evening when he come home here. Just come home to a house where you know even got a suit of clothes for put on, you know. So I'd like for anybody come out and try to help, even if they chew me with my phone number, My phone number is 606-4295.
Coming up is this week's Look on the Bright Side.
My Social Security Self-Service Portal. Employer Transactions Unpacked. Employers and self-employed persons. An enhanced contribution payment system that manages all your employer information is here. Employers and self-employed persons will have access to view all transactions and statements, and the option to always know your owing balance using your employer number. Payments will be automated and applied to your account balance in a new way. Here are two scenarios to highlight how payments will be distributed. Employers with outstanding funds owed to SSB, payments will be applied to the outstanding arrears, fees, and interest, and the balance, if any, will be applied to the statements submitted. Employers without any outstanding funds owed to SSB, payments will be applied to the statements submitted. The technological enhancements you are waiting for are here. My Social Security Self-Service Portal. Social Security at your fingertips.
Hi, my name is Deja Janessa Scholl. I am in Standard 4 at Maimopan Primary School in the Stan Creek District. Personal accountability forms the foundation of a responsible and safe community. Responsibility is equally important in cultivating safe values and attitudes. By fostering a sense of unity and teamwork, we can build a strong relationship and create a supportive environment where everyone feels valued and protected. I am glad I can help my school with some funds because I know that my school needs things to improve our school facilities.
This cash prize will be used for the proper electrification of 2 buildings. Thank you to VAL from the staff, the student, the parents of Maimopan Government School. We are grateful for this assistance.
Thank you, VAL, for hosting this competition and giving us the students the opportunity to improve our writing skills.
Smart introduces Real Unlimited Postpaid Plans, providing customers with unlimited talk, unlimited text, and unlimited data. Now that's a real great deal. With Smart Plus, Share 1 and 2, and Enterprise 1 and 2 plans, you can talk as much as you want, text as much as you want, and for the first time ever in Belize, you can enjoy unlimited data with your postpaid plan. So come in and sign up for an unlimited postpaid plan and enjoy limitless possibilities. In addition, other plans such as the Flex Junior, Choice, and Select have been boosted with a lot more talk, text, and data, providing you with the best value for your budget. Be unlimited with Smart. It's time to power your dollar with Smart.
This week's Look on the Bright Side is a flashback to a story previously told. On November 19th, all roads lead to the festivities in Dangriga as we celebrate the arrival of the Garinagu in Belize. A big part of that celebration is the food and music, displaying the vibrant culture and the spirit of the Garifuna people. On the music side, you'll certainly hear the sounds of this week's highlight. Here's that story.
Appreciate the people you have in your life. Tell them you love them before you sleep the night.
mean, like, who not like Punta Rock? Everybody love Punta Rock. From north to south, east to west, everybody love Punta Rock. For me, it came natural because of the main fact that I lived at Angriga. You know, Power Party, you know, it was originated by Pen Caetano and the Turtle Shell Band, right?
Houston Alvarez Jr., also known by his stage name, Hubie, is a household name. At just 19 years old, this musical sensation is heralded for possessing the elusive it factor that sets him apart from the rest.
You know, I always tell people Hubie have the it factor about him. Ask me to explain that, I cannot, but when I see it, I know it.
In a candid conversation, Hubie shared that his songs draw inspiration from real-life experiences, both his own and the captivating tales of others, like the suspenseful Can't Left that leaves listeners intrigued and guessing.
I can't let this girl, I can't let this girl, I can't let this girl, I can't let this girl.
I write BS for my life and others' life, honestly. The song not about my life, Can't Left, not about my life. I always tell people, the song about my cousin life.
Oh!
I had a and he know I had to tell her. My cousin never know when the song drop here, like he clung me. Oh, I know about this one and no problem. Not knowing about his. So for me, it's kind of funny that, you know, like a lot of people, most people believe that the song about me, the song not about my life. I mean, certain parts of the song I could relate to, but for the most part, not about me, that was my cousin.
Sweet pain, baby, it's our method.
His artistic journey began a decade ago with Method, whom he describes as his musical father and producer, Junie Mar. An eyewitness to this remarkable journey, Junie Mar offered a first-hand account of the path they've traveled together.
Well, when we started, it used to be easier. The sessions used to be very easy. But now, with his experience, he learned to hear other stuff, right? He researched, he looked for a lot of international things, and so he put the pressure on us too, to add more and do more. So sometimes we have disagreements sometimes during the sessions, but it's a good disagreement. Yeah. But I'm proud to say, like, young artists to come up now. Because we don't usually the tradition, and mostly the older guy usually do it. Yeah. So if you see a young guy like Hubie to do it on the stage, it makes me proud knowing that we come from beginning to now. We might come a long way.
But behind the melodies and acclaim lies a deeply personal story that few are aware of. Hubie's story began with a heart-wrenching decision. His grandmother, facing the prospect of her 16-year-old daughter becoming a teenage mother, urged her to undergo an abortion.
When I found out I was pregnant with Hubie, I was 16 years old. I was at high school. I couldn't tell my mom. I didn't know how to tell her, being that I was the only daughter. So I knew it was going to be a devastating news for her. The doctor told her that if you take it off, it's at your own risk, because the child heartbeat is, you can hear it, and you can kill her too. So my mom said, well, I don't know, but I'm gonna take it off.
Hubie's mother made the courageous decision to keep her growing fetus, even at the cost of her own mother, forcing her to leave their home. What followed was a challenging journey, struggling to provide for her child, and later, her growing family.
I feel like that kind of inspired me in a sense when it comes to music and what I do musically, meaning that I think about my story so much, and my mom's story I should say, so much that I watch everything I sing about, every single thing.
In 2018, Hubie solidified his name in music by being the junior winner of the National Song Competition, a feature of the September celebrations.
I always say I love Belize. Belize are a free place. I had plans that, all right, well, for me as a youth, part of 15, 16, $3,000 is a lot of money. $3,000 is a whole lot of money. I have plans, and then when you win and reality hit you, that's a different thing.
The truth hit home. when he saw his mom, a single parent without a job, trying to put her kids through school. Taking the reins, Hubie used all of his winnings to support his siblings and his own education.
I pay my school fees, my sister's school fees, brother's school fees, uniform, books, bag, and that was it.
Yes, because up to now, when Hubie come from singing, he would say, "Here, mommy, this is for groceries, this is for bills." So, like, he's the man of the house. He take care of me and his siblings. And I'm grateful. I thank God for my son, and I'm grateful for my son, and I don't want nobody to change my son.
Today, Hubie is a junior college student pursuing sociology, with big dreams of making a difference not just through his music, but also through a broader avenue. He envisions a career in politics as a means to bring the positive change he wishes to see in his community.
I feel like for me, and I may be overlooking my actual position now, but for me I feel like politics would be a real avenue for me to do more. But I feel like I do a lot as an artist right now.
Yeah.
I've been to schools, speaking to students, people my age and people older than me I go speak to. For me, I'm grateful for that, but I'm a politician. I will drive myself to wherever I need to go, but if music is my destination and my destiny, then I can't fight it. I can't, who knows, my ancestors are living with me right now. They are with me, they guide me, especially within the genre that I do as an artist. So running from their call for me would be a total disrespect. I can't run up and I belongs. So if this is our part that belongs, I have to stay up.
Looking on the bright side, I'm Sabrina Daly. And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available at channel5belize.com, on our Facebook and on YouTube. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us, and from all of us here at News 5, good night.